Hello, my name is Jonathan, and I'm part of the global 1 for 50 movement. We desire to equip people like you to reach, disciple, and empower the next generation. All of us want our children to be safe, but how do we achieve safety from pornography in a digital age? In June 2020, ProtectYoungMinds.org posted an article written by John Fort addressing this very question. John Fort gave 5 tips for how to discipline children in the digital age. He works with Be Broken, a ministry equipping families to move toward greater sexual health. We encourage you to read the full article. There'll be a link in the description. But here's a sample of how he recommends parents help children avoid behaviors like pornography use. Number 1, build the parent-child bond. Developing a strong parent-child relationship is the first step to porn prevention. Most of us understand that discipline in the absence of that strong parent-child bond will backfire. So even before we try to make technology safe, we build a strong foundation of strong family relationships. Without such a bond, our children are likely to rebel against such guidance rather than learn from it. Number 2, set clear boundaries. We need to make it very clear exactly what we expect children to do. This includes setting limits on screen time, defining where in the house that devices may be used, and discussing what kind of content is allowed. We can also set the family expectation to talk about our feelings when we're anxious, or disclose times when we see sexualized content. It's only fair to our children that we are very clear on what we expect them to do. One suggestion about boundaries: don't overload your children with too many boundaries all at once. Even if we think of new boundaries to protect our kids, we can introduce 1 or 2 at a time to allow them time to get used to the new rules. Even though we may feel desperate to protect our children, they're usually only capable of remembering just a few new rules at a time. Number 3, monitor behavior. We should know what our children are doing, both online and offline. Digital media is not the only way our children may be exposed to sexualized content. Inappropriate content may be in magazines or sexualized jokes that children tell each other. Of course, we need to know what our children are doing with digital media. Check out the links in the description to see areas to keep tabs on, such as YouTube, video games, music, and other social media platforms. It's important to have conversations with your kids about these things. It can seem overwhelming to monitor what your child is doing on digital media. Bark is a fantastic tool to help parents monitor and filter. Number 4, enforce consequences. If we don't enforce boundaries, it will seem to our children like there are no boundaries at all. Boundaries without consequences feel more like suggestions than rules. Providing consequences is the power behind discipline. Number 5, give positive reinforcement. It's equally important to give positive reinforcement when our children behave appropriately. For example, when we see our child look away when something suggestive appears on a show, we should praise them. When they tell us they were exposed to pornography, we should thank them. Anytime we want a child to repeat a behavior, we praise that behavior. To learn more and to read the full article by John Fort, including some practical next steps for parents, check out the full article at www.protectyoungminds.org. For more resources on how to reach, disciple, and empower your children, check out our website at www.1for50today.net.